All right, welcome back creatives to the second installment of The Process, where we look into all the ideas that come knocking on my noggin and how I use those ideas to create. Now, you may have noticed that I've got a slightly different setup than usual, and that, my friends, is because my wife and I have recently moved. This, of course, put a slight halt on my ability to post. We've now reached the ending stages of our relocation. I've temporarily had to replace my Simba painting with a bunch of moving boxes as my background, but that's okay. I'm back in action. I've also had to completely reorganize how I'm going to present this video, but that's okay because life and all of its big moves are all a part of the creative process. Speaking of which, in part one, we left off at the end of a grueling house hunt in the previous residence for all things gold. I would say that altogether the gold rush was a complete success, and I can't wait to show you all that I've collected. Let's get to it. Alright, starting off the lineup, we have a gold edition face cream, followed by some golden chocolates. One thing I wasn't expecting to find, some gold Christmas ribbon. And then a gold necklace. After that, we have gold flakes, and last but not least, a container that once housed golden chocolates. And that's all she wrote. Alright creative, so now that I have all the items that I need for my creative project, I now need a place to get the job done. My wife and I have been thinking that maybe the spare room would be a good place for my shenanigans. Let's go see. Alright party people, let's see what we've got. Let's call it a work in progress. For starters, I think it's time that Simba finally became acquainted with his new home. And with a little bit of help and elbow grease, I'd say he's found it. What do you think? Down, Simba. Now that that's out of the way, let's set up the lab. I kind of like the idea of working with a blank slate. Having this new space is allowing me to re-envision my creative process. While I'm reorganizing, my mind is off in Landom, unthinking of different ways that I can utilize the gold items that I found. It's a nice way to multitask during the setup. Setup can take some time, but I'm usually pretty good at finding ways to entertain myself throughout. Hello. Right now I'm just getting all the staging and lighting set up. Speaking of lighting, isn't it crazy how lighting changes everything? Once I pretty much got the main lights where I want them, I grabbed some black poster board. I chose black because I feel like it'll work well as a foundation against the gold items. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Well, what do you know? I guess the wait wasn't too long. I like the black against the gold. Good look. Alright creatives, now we've made it to the finishing touches. Top lights, backlights, things of that nature. Now we can head into the lab with Simba and discuss some ideas I've come up with in Landom. I think I'm going to turn this light down a bit. Okay creatives, with all the pieces that we currently have in play, I can tell that this is not going to be an easy process. Or a clean one, like sculpting a Homer Simpson out of a bar of soap. Do we run and hide? Never. Instead, I consider my time in Landom. While I was organizing, and off in Landom, I was able to assign different roles to the different items we found. For instance, the gold edition face cream. First I asked myself, what is the item? It's a gold edition face mask. Who wears masks? Humans or human subjects. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we just found the subject of our creative work. Landom is a weird place. Yet and still, this will be my character, main subject, or focus of our creative work. Another idea I had in Landom was for the gold flakes. I asked myself, what are they? Gold flakes. What flakes? Snowflakes. Maybe I'll sprinkle them over something. Kinda seems like the obvious choice. Not all work is hard work though. I had a very easy time with these bad boys. The gold chocolate bars. They're chocolate, they're gold, they're bars. I'll go with what they are and use them as gold bars. I got bars. With those items out of the way, we still need a purpose for the necklace, the Christmas ribbon, and the chocolate container, lid, what have you. It's got a really cool pattern. Unfortunately, I do not currently have a purpose for those three items. However, sometimes my ideas come in the moment, which is pretty exciting. Well, creatives, I'd say we've had a productive day setting up and preparing for the final event. To recap the process thus far, in part one we brainstormed in Landom, which eventually led to us finding all of our gold items. Today, in the second part of the process, we managed to find the appropriate workspace, set up that workspace with the appropriate lighting and a background, and creatively purpose the items found in part one. In the next and final video of this series, we will finally grab the bull by the horns and create and present our creative masterpiece. I'm excited. We're excited, and I hope you guys are too. As always, if you're finding value, entertainment, or pleasure in my content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye.